Uh, got it. There you go. Awesome. So just the progression from total beginner all the way to half Ironman here. So we're super excited to deliver this program over the next 8 months. It's designed specifically for you to be able to complete strongly and well half iron distance. Our target races are Mont Tremblant or Muskoka. I know that we have Isaac, who is over yonder, so he might have to find a little bit far away. So if he can't come down to Tremblant, there's another race just before Tremblant in Luxembourg, if I said that right. And so that would be good. But ideally, Tremblant or Muskoka are our target races. And we're really excited about this. I love doing this. I love the half iron distance. So a little bit about me. My name is Gabby. I joined Team Triumph 2 years ago, or I guess 2.5 years ago almost. I wanted to do a full Ironman, and I had no idea how to do it. So I contacted Julia. She became my coach, and I did some personal coaching with Julia for about a year. And I successfully completed a full Ironman in Maryland in 2021. And since then, I've done couple of half Ironman distances. One of them was the Mont Tremblant half Ironman, which was a blast. And my most recent challenge I gave myself was completing a 12-kilometer open water swim. So that was a very big challenge for myself, and I wanted to try a marathon distance, and I was very happy with all the training I did for it. So Team Triumph has been super awesome. Julia asked me to join to help with coaching because I love this so much. And so that's a little bit about me. I'm excited to get to know other folks here. And yeah, I'll give the mic over to Julia now. So
great. And we're so happy that you're here, Gabby, because Gabby is an awesome coach. She's really picked up on the coaching business very well. She's very inclusive of everybody, and it just turned out to be a great addition to the team in terms of bringing people all together and circling the community to keep us all together, which we really appreciate. So it's good to have you here, Gabby. And Brenda will also be joining some of the calls as well. Brenda, a lot of you may have already chatted with before, and she's the gal who does all of our admin work. We can't live without Brenda. She keeps us all in line and organized. She's also a coach, which is great. So, and she's got lots of experience in terms of triathlon, doing short course and long course, but a lot of long course. So a great addition when it comes to ideas and thoughts on training. So a little bit about me, if you hadn't read about me a little bit, I'm the head coach of Team Triumph. We started Team Triumph in 2002. And last season, we grew the club to 170 members. So we're pretty proud about having a nice big community and a bunch of great coaches in the club. I have a background in exercise physiology and never stop learning. I'm constantly listening to podcasts about all the latest in science and nutrition when it comes to training. And I've got, of course, lots of coaching certifications. When you've been around this sport as long as I have, you just keep collecting this sort of bag of tricks, and I keep adding to the bag of tricks because I just love what I do. I love coaching and I love working with people. So it's a great combination. And we're excited to get the party started. So let's hear a little bit about you guys next. I've got a little handout so you can, I'm going to share my screen just to give you some ideas about what we're looking for. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Have you done a tri? Are you a runner? If so, what distance? Summer, where did you spend your summer? Do you have a bike? And if you do, what kind? Do you have a stationary bike or some kind of a bike trainer? Or do you usually do spin class, strength training equipment? Have you picked a race? And tell us something quirky about yourself. So let's start with Clara, because you're the next one down from Gabby.
All right. So I'm Clara. I have done a triathlon. I did 4 this summer. Started with some like sprint distance ones and then finished with an Olympic. I am a runner, I guess. The longest distance I've raced is 10K, but definitely planning to increase that. I am a swimmer. I grew up swimming, and I love swimming at Meech Lake. I spent my whole summer doing that. Really love it. I have a bike. I have just a road bike, but I'm looking to get a tri bike. And I have a trainer, one of the Wahoo Kicker, one of the early generation ones. And I don't have very much strength training equipment myself, but there's a gym in my building that has a few things, no weights, but some like resistance training stuff. And I have picked a race. I've signed up for the Mont Tremblant half. So yeah, something quirky. I don't know. I always just say I have 2 dogs, but yeah. My dog Charlie, he's a husky. And we went for a run together yesterday, and he was like raring to go. He wanted to go faster and faster. It's hard to hold him back, but yeah, he's fun.
Nice. Great to have a dog to get you out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. I'm taking notes, by the way, because I kind of like to keep track of who does what. So in case you see me looking down, I'm a big note taker. All right, Julie, you're the next one down on my list.
Hi, my name is Julie Matt. Bonjour tout le monde. I have never done a tri, but I'm certainly looking forward to it. I am a runner. I've been running for many years. I went from 5 to 10 to half marathon. I love the half marathon. I do want to race a full marathon at some point, but right now it's more important for me to do the tri. I am a swimmer. I never done distance in open water, but I was a lifeguard in my younger years, and I had trained, so I can easily swim 1 kilometer in the pool, but I know it's not the same thing out there, so I'm really looking forward to the learning. I do not have a road bike. I'm going to rely on Gabby's expertise to help me. I've been at the shop, I've looked at all of them, and it's like mesmerizing how many bikes there are. So I'm going to ask you guys what kind I should buy. I no longer have a stationary bike at home. But I could buy one. The strength training equipment, I just have some free weights. I don't have much at home. I have not picked a race yet. I want to see if I can do this, and then I will pick a race. I'm hoping to find a race where it's not too hot, like the summer heat. As you see that I'm a little bit older, is starting to affect me. So I'd like to find a race where it's cooler, if at all possible. And something quirky. I have a bucket list. I've had a bucket list forever. And the half Ironman is on my bucket list. I've also, I moved out to the country. I don't know if a bucket list is quirky or what, but I moved out to the country a year ago because I've always loved to do that. So I'm doing things that I've always wanted to do. And I've just come back from a 350 kilometer trek. I did part of the Camino Compostelle in France just last month. And I'm just doing what I love. And I'm here because that's one of the things I want to learn.
Awesome. I love it. That's great. Welcome, Julie. Yeah, love that. It's great to follow your dreams and do what you love and chase them, because boy, you just never know. You just got to do it today, right? Ah, good. Isaac, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I have made a small introduction about me in the Facebook group, so you can know a bit more about me. So I'm in Spanish. I'm living in Brussels, in Belgium, as Julia said, and with my sister living in Ottawa. So I have at the beginning I am a runner, so I did several running trials and 3 marathons. And then also I started 6 years ago also doing mountain biking. And I did my first triathlon in Ottawa. It was the national capital in 2019. And since then, I have done several sprint triathlon and 2 Olympics one. So it's the first time that I will try a half Ironman. Swimming, that is my what I have should improve because I have problem with the swimming in open water. Reason why this summer I book private lesson with the Team Triunfo in open water, and I had the opportunity to be coached by Dawn, a lovely person. I consider her my friend already. And I learned a lot. She gave me to be confident in open water, and I managed to swim 1,500 kilometers non-stop with her in Mesh Lake. That what for me was an improvement because I had never done this kind of distance before. So I have a bike. I have a road bike. And I have also a bike trainer. I use one of my gym, what is Techno Gym bike, but I used to go to Sweet and also another bike tool, what is called Be Cool, where I can follow virtual video courses and so on. And so I have, yes, I have the Mountain Blanc as my option A, but the half Ironman, but will be depending for my if I can take holidays during because it's minimum 1 week I should take. So it's still my option B, but as Julia said, I have plan B. I have the Luxembourg half Ironman, which is just 1 week before, and it's quite flat and I'm quite easy going. What compare with the Mont Tremblant, I think will be easier because it's quite flat. And so I the first time I will follow triathlon training like this, I follow one on Training Peaks Structure 1, but I miss the human contact and the follow up. So I'm looking forward to train with you and to learn a lot because I need to be teach. I need to learn because it's the first time that I will try the distance and mainly in water. What I need to improve. I have also following private lesson, swimming private lesson here in Brussels, but I need more the tip and cones for the open water and how to deal, because I know that in half Ironman, like in an Ironman, there is a cutoff for swimming and bike. So this is something that I am scared, a bit scared on this, mainly for swimming. So this is why I try to improve my swimming and my biking in order to be in on the for the cutoff. Voilà, c'est tout pour l'instant.
Ah, tu parles français aussi?
Oui, bien sûr. On parle français en Belgique.
Oh, c'est vrai.
Une des langues, français et néerlandais.
Wow, fantastic. So we can all brush up on our French and our Spanish in this
Si
class.
vous voulez. Sauf si vous parlez avec beaucoup d'accent québécois, parce qu'alors je préfère l'anglais.
Awesome. All right, Verity, are you still there? She's in the car driving to a hike. I heard it's a beautiful day in Canada. In Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm still here. Sorry, my connection is mediocre, so I hope I cut out. Okay, wait, what was the list? I have done the early bird sprint, and then I did the Montreal full triathlon with the support of Gabby and Clara and Julia, and some of my other friends came to watch me as well, and it was amazing. I guess I'm a runner. I've done a 10K race, but that's it. I love swimming, especially in beach or the pond, except for, well, you know what? It was fine. I didn't mind losing feeling in my face. It was a great time. What else? I have a bike. It's a road bike, and I have a trainer for it that my dad dumped on me when he moved to Victoria and said, "Ha ha, I can bike outside all year round. Guess you can use this." But thanks,
Nice.
Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Dumb trainer, but I bought one of those little attachments so that I can link it to an app. I have no strength training equipment, but I have been mooching off of other people, including my boyfriend's weights and my friend Sarah's gym in her apartment. And if I need to, I will get a gym membership. I was planning on doing the Mont Tremblant race and something quirky. I will be called to the bar as a full lawyer in 2 weeks, which I'm stoked about. And yeah, is there anything else?
No, that's it. You did the list, and we just started losing you at the end, so that's perfect. But we did hear that you've been called to the bar, or you're going to be called to the bar in 2 weeks. So congratulations.
I think that's everything.
You got the list. It's awesome. Well, I'm really happy. The majority of people want to do the Tremblant one because it is a great race, and we do have a lot of members who do that inside of Team Triumph. We usually set up a big Team Triumph tent, and it's a really fun event to be at. So yeah, if you guys all want to pick Tremblant, I think we're down for that, right, Gabby?
Oh yeah, oh my God, I'll be there.
Perfect. Okay, so what's up next? The Facebook group. Over to you, Gabby, on the Facebook group and how that works.
Okay, cool. So I think everyone here is on the Facebook group. I added Julie yesterday. Isaac, I saw you there. Clara, I think I need to send you an invitation. And Verity, you're on it. So this Facebook group, it's a private Facebook group, and you have to request to access it, so nobody can see it unless you're part of the group. It's a really neat tool. I'm really glad you got Facebook, Isaac, for this, just because it's a really great way for you to kind of stay up to date with any kind of meetups that might be organized from some of your peers in the group. Anytime someone wants to share like an article about a recipe or about nutrition, or if they want to share, they saw a bike for sale on Ottawa Bicycle Classifieds, they can post it there. So it's a really good resource to have on hand just for, general information and getting to know your peers. But on top of that, this Facebook group is also where you're going to find, on top of the weekly emails that you'll be receiving from Team Triumph with all the information that you need, you're also going to find all of that information on our Facebook group. So every 2 weeks, when we go over the topic of the week, you're going to be given a handout for what we'll be talking about with a bit of information about the topic of the week. And so you'll be getting that in an email, and it will also be posted on the Facebook group. So there's plenty of ways for you to access all the information that you need through email or Facebook. There's also going to have our Zoom link that we're going to be putting on that Facebook group, so you can find the Zoom link for every second week's phone call. As well, the Facebook group has been used just for people to kind of introduce themselves, talk a bit more about themselves. It's also a way for folks to organize some meetups, like I've mentioned before. We've had a few folks in groups in the past kind of organize some meetups and post a lot of really fun pictures about their rides or their swims at the pond or at Meech Lake. It's also a chance just for you to get to know some of your coaches. Sometimes myself, Brenda, or Julia will kind of post, some fun races or some fun photos or trainings that we've done over the weekend. So on top of it being kind of like a lot of information, it's also just a fun social aspect to this group, and it's something that you get from being part of this virtual training. We have some people that have developed friendships that they continue to be friends throughout the next few months, even though the previous courses are done. And it's just a really, like, there's just so much information that can be shared on it, and it's a really awesome tool. I think the best part about it is that it's your Facebook group. So if you want to post anything on that group, it's your group. You can ask questions to your peers. You can, it's really like, the group kind of serves itself, and the more you get to know each other, the more you'll kind of feel comfortable in posting things and asking questions and sharing some knowledge. So that's kind of the Facebook group in a nutshell. Every second week, we're going to be doing a meetup talking about the topic of the week. There's also going to be a chance every second week I'll be posting something. It was called Question Friday. It's just a chance for you to take all of your questions from the topic over the last 2 weeks and to post them there, so that I can gather those questions and Julia can answer them on a recorded video. So you will see a couple of recurring posts from me, either sharing knowledge or giving you an opportunity to post your questions about the topic of the week when I post that or when I make that post. I think that's kind of all I have now for the Facebook group. Is there anything you wanted to add, Julia?
No, I think that's good. Excellent. And I will share my screen again so that we can look at the course outline.
Cool.
That would be on this page here. Okay, so here is the course outline. Do you want to keep going?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Still me. Awesome. So, course outline. So it is going to be an 8-month-long course. So in the past, in our other courses, because folks were really brand new and fresh to the triathlon world, we would do some very basic information and help them kind of succeed in their first try or sprint distance. Because this is a more I wouldn't say advanced, but a more, we do require that folks have a bit more experience before joining this. The information that you're going to be getting is a bit, some stuff that might be a review of you, but also is a bit more, that requires you to have a bit of experience for you to kind of understand this material. So every second week, we're going to go over a topic of the week. So as you can see here on the screen, the course outline. The first week is athlete and coach introductions. We'll be going into Training Peaks and connecting your technology and homework and everything. So that's going to be the next 2 weeks. This is kind of what we're going to be doing in terms of getting connected to Training Peaks and connecting everything. In 2 weeks, we'll have another group chat on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And so that'll be about pacing your workouts. So as you can see, there are about 18 different topics that we'll be sharing. And so there'll be two calls a month, essentially, is what we'll be doing. And we'll be going over the topic of the week, doing a bit of check-ins on those calls, answering any questions you may have had about the topic of the week. And yeah, that's kind of, I'm going over a bit quickly because we do have a lot of material to cover today, but you will be getting a lot of information. You will be more than prepared for this race. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. And Julia has some really awesome PDFs and handouts to give everyone every 2 weeks to go with your training. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to add on that, Julia?
Yeah, so just at the end there, if there's something that you would like to be talked about, we are very open as well. We've done a couple of courses already, but we don't want to repeat what we've done before. But if you want more knowledge on a specific topic, then we are absolutely open to adding more information to this list. This was sort of the let's cover the things that really need to happen in this course in terms of sort of next level length of triathlon, I guess you could say. So this is your program. Anything you need, please let us know. We'll add it and answer any questions you have. All right, next up. What do we
I'm
have?
sorry, could you repeat, Gabby, at what time will the meetup meeting will take place?
Yeah, so
On which day?
it's Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Ottawa time. So I'm not sure if that's probably 1 a.m. for you.
Yeah, it's true. But I will try to join it, but this will depend if the next day if I have to travel, because I have to travel time to time. So it's depending if you have to take a flight or not. So I will definitely I will try to join. Otherwise, you're going to record, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Thank you for
that's
the
good.
reminder.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
thank
if
you.
you can't
Thank
make it to a Tuesday night, don't worry. You'll have
Okay.
access to the topic before the Tuesday night meeting. You'll have access to a recording to the meeting, so you're not missing anything if you can't make it for the live portion of it. So that's kind of another really cool feature of these Zoom things, is the ability to, if you can't make it, don't worry, you can catch up later.
Okay. That's good. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and I won't be on them either, Isaac, in the middle of the night. But the way I respond to the questions that you guys have is I make a YouTube video, and then Brenda posts the YouTube video on the Training Peaks, not the Training Peaks, on the Facebook group. So, you know, technology is an amazing thing. We can all connect somehow. So it's great.
And you'll get a chance for live coaching as well. Just quickly, yeah. So Julia hosts live coaching bike rides 3 times a week, and so if you get a chance to make those, you get access to some live coaching, so you can get to know Julia live like that as well. So yeah, lots of cool things.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder on that. And that's actually on the group rides. I was saying to Gabby before, there's a lot of questions and answers that come up on the group rides. We're all connected on something called Discord, which is, it's actually a gaming app, but it's like Zoom for cycling. And we all chat on there while we're doing our group rides. So those will happen at 8 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And that's Eastern Standard Time. So for me, that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Vilnius, and that would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I believe, for you, Isaac. Yeah.
Yeah, this for me should be fine, because at 2 o'clock is the lunchtime break. So I will during the week, so I can go to the gym and do there, and also to connect to Swift, and on the Saturday, no problem at all. So that's fine. That is fine.
Perfect. And then it's noon in Burkina Faso. So Ariane comes in from Burkina Faso, and she's from Belgium, actually. Anyway, so yeah, it's lovely to have this international community. I just think it's so cool. All right, so tracking tools next. So everybody should have some kind of a tracking tool, whether it's Garmin or Apple Watch, to make sure that the information that you do from the workout goes right back into Training Peaks. Strava is another form of tracking tool, but it unfortunately does not talk to Training Peaks. So you can use Strava. We're all connected on Strava. I love seeing your pictures and stuff on Strava, but unfortunately Strava does not talk to Training Peaks. Zwift does talk to Training Peaks, and in this course we're going to ask everybody to be on Zwift, because this is where we do the cycling classes. So for Julie, what I would recommend for you is once you've got your bike, the next step would be a trainer rather than a stationary bike, and you connect your trainer to Zwift, and then you can meet us up on online. And I think Brenda actually, or somebody posted a secondhand trainer that came up. It was a Tacx. So they are available. A lot of people bought them during the pandemic, and now they haven't been using them. All right, so let's talk about Training Peaks a little bit next. I am going to stop this share, and we will look at the first month of Training Peaks, because it's all ready to go. It's all a shiny new program ready to go on here. Okay. So everybody should be able to see Training Peaks now.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Awesome. So here is your first week. Really, the first week is about homework. So you'll see in your first square a welcome to Team Triumph in the Zwift program, and it's going to give you your homework, how to connect Training Peaks to Zwift. You need to download the Zwift Companion app, which are two different things. You'll need to download Discord, which, like I said, is where we chat. So that's sort of like a Zoom for cycling. We don't use the video because we don't really like to see you all sweaty and without your t-shirts on, because we don't usually wear our t-shirts when we're riding indoors. Doesn't matter. Well, yeah, okay. So I'll leave it at that. And you can see here that I've given you guys a tutorial on how to work Discord. Some of the tutorials may be a little bit old, so some of the information may be just look different now because I did this about 2 years ago now. It'll show you how to find your Training Peaks workout on Zwift, and then how to join a meetup on Zwift. So there's a lot of steps. It can be really overwhelming at the beginning. And this is why next Saturday, we're going to run a clinic on how to put all these pieces together. So that you won't join your first cycling class with the bigger group, because you won't be the only ones in the group. There's other people who have custom plans with me, or that have they're just on the cycling only plan with Team Triumph. So it's going to be a bigger group for the rides, but they don't necessarily all want to know how you're connecting on Zwift. So we'll do a test run, just our group. I also have on our rides an ability to listen to Apple playlists. So I used to teach spinning classes for 30 odd years, and I have, I think, 78 playlists on Apple. This is why they're on Apple. I started on Apple way back in the day. A lot of people want them on Spotify. I apologize, they're not on there, they're on Apple. So if you want to listen to the playlists, they actually sync perfectly with what you're doing. I'm all about music and riding together because of being a cycling instructor for so long. So that'll teach you a little bit about how to listen to your Apple playlist. And then you can see the first step is obviously going to be to connect your Garmin to Training Peaks, because you want to make sure that that's going back and forth. Next, so I have given you an intro to the strength training workout for this week as well, so that you've got an opportunity to, look at it, look at the videos of the different moves that we've got here. So there's links to the videos, so you'll be able to see what we're doing as well and practice that this week. So we've also got another strength workout here and another strength workout here. On Saturday, you'll see our first cycling class. So this will be the test run of the cycling class. And the workout is all on there, which is all built out, which you'll learn is very handy because you don't have to think. It just all pops up onto your screen on Zwift. The same way, if you have a Garmin, it'll all pop up onto your Garmin when you're out running or when you're swimming. You'll have the workout on your Garmin. It's fantastic the way technology has developed for us coaches. I've also got a link here on how to use Discord for your group meetup. So you'll have that in here, but you'll also have it again because you'll need it the night before just to do a refresher. Number one thing I always say to people before we get on the group ride is get on Discord, because Discord is where we can help you solve your problems. So if you're sitting there, I can't figure out how to connect to Zwift and I can't figure out this. Number one, get on Discord, because when you're on Discord, then we can explain what's happening and where to move around. And then this also explains about erg mode. So you've got lots of homework to do the first week in terms of technology, connections, and all of that. I didn't want to give you any specific workouts because the program officially starts the week after this, right? So this week is all about just trying to, bring it all together. Next week, boom, the training plan starts. And you can see we've got a swim on a Monday, strength on a Tuesday, run on a Wednesday, ride on a Thursday, a rest day, who knew? And then strength and ride, and then strength and 5K time trial. So at the beginning, we're going to bring you into the program really slowly. It's not a good idea to give you 3 swims, 3 bikes, 3 runs, 3 strength training a week at the beginning, because that increases your training stress. I didn't want to do that. If we give you too much training stress at the beginning, you're either going to overtrain and or get sick and or have an injury. So it's really gradually bringing you in. You may have been training already 7 days a week, but if you haven't, then you know, this is a lot of training. Half Ironman is a long way to go. And we want to make sure that we get to that finish line in 8 months and not start you at the finish line now. Okay. Anyway, so your program is all here. You've got all 4 weeks outlined for the first little bit. And we will be going through that every week together and talking about it on Discord and or every second week in your program. Communication. So when you want to talk about something, let's just click on this one for fun. So you did this workout and you say to me, okay, I noticed my shoulders are always up. Thanks for the tip. So this is where we communicate. We get a notification when you write a post-activity comment. Okay, so you don't need to text us anymore or send us emails. All of the information goes on to Training Peaks. This is how we communicate. Gabby keeps an eye on the comments, and if there's a question that comes up that's more related to me, then she'll get in touch with me, and then I'll jump on Training Peaks. The notifications from us, you'll see come from me, but then Gabby will put her name so you guys know it came from Gabby rather than me. It's just the way Training Peaks works because we're coaching this together. Oh, Verity's trying to get back in again. So this is how we communicate back and forth. Okay. When a workout is complete, it turns green. So, oh, we can't do that because that's tomorrow or not tomorrow. Let's say it was this week. Okay. So I pulled it up to this week and you can see it turned red. The reason it turned red is because on Tuesday, it doesn't look like I did it. Okay. But if I did do it and I remembered to turn on my Garmin or my Apple Watch, I connected it back to Training Peaks and it all happens automatically, then the square turns green. Okay. So that way we know you did your workout. If you went over the time, it turns yellow. And if you went under the time, no, oh, that's not too far under. Let's say 5 minutes. It turns orange. Okay. So that's our signal to what you guys have been doing. And we have a very cool bird's eye view of, a whole week of red squares or a whole week of green squares. So it's sort of a reward type of thing when you can, get all those green squares. And I'm going to push this back over here. And as you probably are starting to notice, this is how we move the squares around. So you can do that. You can move the boxes around, which is lovely. So part of your membership with us is a free membership to a premium plan on Training Peaks, which for you guys works out to about $15 a month normally, but we're covering that for you. So not to worry, it's all paid for. So you don't need to upgrade to a premium membership. That's paid for already. Okay, is there anything else I was supposed to cover? I think I covered all of those topics, the green squares, the communication, and Strava. Okay, I think I covered it all. Is there anything you need to add, Gabby? Is there anything I forgot?
Well, you had already mentioned it, but it's a super information overload, this first call that we normally have. And so if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed or like confused or like you may have missed something or that's totally okay. It's normal. And you'll have lots and lots of practice to get to know all of these programs better. And so if it takes you, you know, a couple of weeks to figure out how to connect everything, you know, don't worry, it's going to be okay. We'll be here to answer your questions. And it takes a few days to get used to everything. So it's totally normal if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what any of this means. You'll be okay. So I was the same as well. I was like, I don't know what any of this. And if I figured out how to do it, you can definitely do it too. So yeah, just a quick note. Yeah.
It's absolutely true. And when COVID hit originally in March of 2020, we literally took 30 people from cycling classes, more than 30, because we had, you know, people who came in different times. So maybe even 40 people who never had been on Zwift, never had been on Discord. And we took them from a spin class to being on Zwift and Discord, and me included, because I hadn't done it before, within a week. So it was nutty at the beginning. All of us like, how do I do this? And I don't know how to do that. But we did it. So we are here to absolutely hold your hand and make this happen, because it's a lot of fun when all the connections start to work and you're like, all right, now let's go. All right. So next. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So the next step is that we need to get everybody connected on Training Peaks. That's where your program will be. So if you open your chat box, you should see a link from me. Can you guys see that?
The chat on the Zoom, Julia?
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Okay. I added it before.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah. You can't add links before you get on, apparently.
Yeah, I think before you start or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is your link. So if you can cut and paste that. Isaac, I know you're already on Training Peaks, but I need you to attach me as your coach. So please copy that link and that'll attach me. Clara, I've got you on still, so you're good. Verity is on and off. She's off right now, but I've got Verity as well. So Julie, we'll need to get you on to Training Peaks. That's numero uno to get you on there. Okay. And then that way you'll get access to all of this great information I'm sharing. So next up, let's talk about your homework. And you're like, what? I didn't sign up to do homework. Yeah, we've got homework. This week, there's a lot of homework. Where's my list of homework? I'm going to share my screen. There we go. All right, so homework. Number 1, you got your pens and papers out? Join Training Peaks. And if you're not on Training Peaks, attach me, or if you are, make sure you're attached to my account. Number 2, we're going to be sending out health questionnaires. So we're going to ask you to fill out a health questionnaire and email it to me. I need to know everything about your health history to make sure that we're all good to continue. If you don't own a trainer, purchase your Wahoo Kickr Core. That's the number 1 that I definitely recommend. If you can't get one of those, then the other ones are fine. But this is actually the best one, especially for women. We're starting to find that the Tacx and the Saris actually don't allow your watts to go low enough. So for women who are just getting into all of this, it's like doesn't work so well. This world needs to change. So then once you've got your Kickr, then you want to join Zwift. Zwift is the app that we do the cycling on. Then you've got your Zwift companion app. And then you want to follow Julia and Gabby on Zwift Companion. Because without the Zwift Companion app, we can't invite you to the bike classes. Okay. So that's the only way to get an invitation. I usually do the invitations, but I think as a backup plan, we'll have Gabby as well, just in case. Occasionally, if I'm traveling, I get the time zones a little bit confused because you have to actually do the invitation from the time zone you're in on the day that your meetup actually happens. It's crazy, but yeah, it happened to me once where I moved time zones and everything shifted. So next, follow Julia on Apple Music if you want to listen to the playlists, and then join the Discord channel. And that's it for homework. Julia, you're looking a bit overwhelmed. Are you okay?
No, it's actually it's small, and something happens to your eyes when you get older. So I'm
Okay.
looking at the screen.
Okay.
Actually, I had a question, Julia. Will you be sending, or will someone be sending that out, the homework? And I'd like if you could put the link in it too, just in case after we're done it doesn't work or something. I just want to be sure that I'm all set up for this.
Yes, for sure.
And I'll get a new pair of glasses too.
It's all good. It's all good. Send Training Peaks link. Okay. And I need to remember to send out the health questionnaire too. Okay, good. And then next week, we're going to be meeting up. That was actually your section, Gabby. But
Oh yeah, that's why my name's there.
Name's there.
So on Saturday, October 29th, so 1 week from yesterday, we're gonna have just a special little half-hour time, just this group, just so we can kind of like get you going on Zwift and Discord, because it is a bit confusing, or can be confusing at first. So we have just like a special time slot just for this group at 9:30 on Saturday, to kind of get you going. Like Julia said, if you have nothing set up, at least have Discord on. So at least we can chat on Discord. So at 9:30, if you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on, hop on Discord. That's why we're there. So yeah, Training Peaks, Discord, Zwift. You'll figure it out. We'll help you along the way. It'll all be okay.
Great. I think we got through it all. Should we ask questions now? Who's got any questions?
So are you going to post this info also in the Facebook group, Gabby?
Yes. So this the handout or the PDF that we were just on, I'm going to be posting that on the Facebook group as the topic of week 1. You'll have access to that. Brenda is back on Monday, and so she'll be sending out, or Brenda or Julia will be sending out an email with a link to that PDF as well as a link to the recording of today's Zoom chat. So if you're really not sure and you can't quite remember something, there will be a recording posted on Facebook and sent to you by email of this Zoom meeting today, so that if you want to review some stuff, it'll be there. So everything is going to be on Facebook. And if all else fails and you're like, I haven't heard anything, fire us an email. One of us will get back to you. Yeah, so there's plenty of ways to access the information. And if all else fails, just send one away and we'll get to you. So the other thing too is I'm probably going to be on Facebook Marketplace today, because I like to browse through that. So if I see any kind of bikes or bike trainers, I'll post some of those. I'll share some of that on the Facebook page as well, to see if there's any kind of bikes or bike trainers that you'd be interested in. So keep your eyes peeled for posts like that in the next few days. Another great place to start, I know Julie, Bushtaka is a really good spot for trainers, as well as Mountain Equipment Company, I guess now. Those are 2 good places to take a look at trainers, and VidoFix as well is a good resource for bike trainers. I know there's also the Giant Bike Store in Orleans that you might want to go check out as well. If you're looking at buying a bike, definitely start looking now. A lot of stores are getting more stock, but you don't want to miss out on the stock that they're getting, in case that next season they run out again. So that's kind of general information I have there. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Julia?
Maybe I'll just show you guys my setup because it's right behind me.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So you can see here, that's my bike on the trainer. I've got my foam roller and my yoga mat even down here. It's so easy to kind of warm up while I'm waiting for us to start. You can see the TV set up in front of the trainer. It's not a very big TV. I got it at the Senukai, which is, we call it Lithuanian Tire here. So it's not an expensive TV, but it works. And I have the TV connected to my iPad, and that's how I connect to Zwift. And then I have an old iPod. So any old technology you still have usually works. So I have like literally an old iPod that's this big, and that's how I listen to Discord. I then have a Sonos speaker just over by the my saddle there, and I turn the music on there so I can listen to that separately. Some people like to listen to it on their phone while they're listening to Discord at the same time. Sometimes though it cancels out so that the Discord doesn't work as well when you're on Apple Music at the same time. So I just like to keep it simple, obviously, because I need to be able to communicate. So I've got my Sonos speaker, which is connected to my Apple Music. I've got my iPod on the Discord. I've got my iPad on the Zwift. And then I've got my phone as well. So lots of technology, but it's all hooked up and works. Any questions on that? No, all good.
But I have a general, but it's a general question. So this virtual training is what we are going to do mainly home train. So we will swim in a pool. We are going to cycle on Zwift, okay, and run. I believe that when winter time will arrive, will be also in-house. So, but then the half Ironman will be outside. Will be windy. Will be raining. Will be so. How? So I have the question. So, can we be ready for a half Ironman? Doing more all the time home trainer when we will do a half Ironman in outside. So that is feasible, is possible. I know that there it would be yes, but I would like to be confident on this.
Yes, I can understand that you're like, how does that work? And because you don't live in Canada, you've never experienced.
Yeah, I know. This is my question,
Yeah.
mainly for you. Mainly for for people living in Ottawa. For me, it's still okay. But
No, it absolutely works. And we actually
Okay.
have some of the top triathletes in the world come from Canada, and they all started, riding indoors. Now, some of them have access to go down to Arizona if they're doing well in the triathlon world. But the majority of Canadian athletes train indoors from October to April, May. Usually we are off the 3 group rides a week on May 1st, because in April, yes, you can get out, but it's sort of on the weekends. But definitely, like, you're going to be in Spain, so you can absolutely do your workouts outside. You're lucky that you can do them outside. In Lithuania, not so much. We have gray and rain all winter and a lot of snow, so we're not going to be doing that outside. But you'll have, as long as you've got your Garmin on your head mount on, all of the information in terms of what watts to be at on your bike will all come up onto your head mount, so you'll get the same sort of workout, I guess. But if you're in the mountains of Spain or even Mallorca, yeah, wow, awesome. It's even better.
But to answer your question too, Isaac, is that we'll do a lot of there's going to be a lot of opportunities you'll see later on in your training peaks where we're going to ask you to actually find a rainy day and go do your bike ride outside, or find a rainy, wavy day and practice your open water swimming. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities in your program to do all your training in all kinds of conditions just to get you ready for it. But definitely the indoor training is just because you can't bike outside in winter in Ottawa. So, but around May is when you'll start going outside. If you're in Ottawa, that's when we'll be sending you off to Gatineau Park, doing some loops. So you'll get tons and tons of experience doing everything outside before you actually do your race, as well as us telling you to find a rainy day and to do it. So yeah, tons of opportunities to do everything. Like I said before, this course you're going to have all the information that you need to succeed in this course and to finish strong. It's going to start slow and it's going to slowly build up, and we're going to give you all the tools that you need to finish this well, including like transition practice. It's a really, really cool program. So yeah, you'll definitely have loads of time to practice all those things, especially wavy swims. We'll make sure we get a couple of those in. So
I actually, I shouldn't say like it, because now I'm doomed Tremblant Triathlon Camp for next summer, but because it's nice when the weather actually changes, so we all get up to camp. That's the ideal situation. We all get up to camp, because otherwise people will be like, no, I don't want to go anymore because it's about to rain. But when we get up there and we're doing Duplessis hill repeats or something and it rains, it's like, bam.
yeah, perfect.
They have to ride it in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. All right. Any other questions?
I just had a quick one, because I did go to Giant prior to this last week, and I saw a really nice Avail AR3 endurance bike.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
would that do the trick? Okay, I just wanted to know where.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
folks have that bike, right, Julia?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've helped a lot of people
Okay.
buy that bike. Actually, I used to offer a bike service and take people shopping, and a
Okay,
lot of
thank you.
our folks have the Giant Avail. It's a great bike. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And get your husband to give you his military discount.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If they have it, yeah.
Another military connection. I love it.
Yeah, so
Is your husband still in, Julie?
No, he actually retired a long time ago to take care of the children full time.
Okay.
So he was in 20-some years
Nice.
as a musician.
yeah, with me. I played music. Yeah. We all did military music together. Julie played with my parents.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Nice. Nice. Very cool. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, shall we also enroll for before the half Ironman for another courses like spring or Olympic triathlon one to train, or is not mandatory? How it will work?
You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's nice to have one. So if anything, maybe a few weeks before the race, it's hard to find too many races in Ottawa, at least, but maybe there'll be more you're going to be in Spain by then, right? Yeah. So there may be more opportunities. What we do recommend is there's one in Ottawa called the Early Bird Triathlon, and that's usually in May. Just to get your feet wet, literally, that's a good one to do, but nothing too long, definitely, like a sprint or an Olympic at the most. Yeah. Good. Can we wrap her up?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we will see you all on Discord on Saturday and Zwift next week. And Gabby, will see you in a couple of weeks on the Zoom.
Boom. Awesome. I'll just tell you to stop the recording now so we don't forget that. Yeah.